One of the first things we saw even before we entered the E3 trade show was a massive and quite frankly beautiful warplane sitting outside, and it's all thanks, well partly thanks to this gentleman right here. Sir, how are you doing this fine and sweaty E3?
I'm perfectly well, thank you. It's an amazing E3 and I'm really happy to be here at Wargaming. We have amazing products to show, an amazing booth. For Wargaming, it's a year of growth and evolution, and see the booth around you.
Well, certainly you're saying about growth and evolution. One of the announcements you're coming into E3 with is the merging of Wargamingnet as a portal for all the games and all the titles under your wing, if that's an awful segue. Do you guys think this is a very important thing to do? It felt like the logical step to take?
Yes, absolutely. We made this announcement at the beginning of E3. Wargaming.net is becoming a portal and a service. We have in mind to produce AAA titles, and this means also fun for the consumers and for the players, but also easy to use. And what is better to use our games to have one point of entry, which is Wargaming.net, to play World of Tanks, or World of Warplanes, or World of Battleships.
And also it's one user ID for the entire lot, is that correct? And there's sort of shared resources?
Yes, absolutely, you're correct. There will be one simple user ID to go across the 3 titles, and you will have also the option to have shared resources, either experience or gold, we will work on that later on, to use across the 3 titles. Did I say country?
I think you did all right. I think you did all right. Where are you guys at the moment then? I mean, you've taken that on board, you absorbed them all into one site. What's the next step for you guys? Obviously, you must have a plan in your head for what's next.
Well, for World of Tanks, first, we have plenty of ideas and we are hearing back the community. It's really important to hear what the community has to say on our games. Therefore, we will launch end of June the update 7.4 on World of Tanks. We will bring a lot of new tanks, French tanks. Hopefully I'm French, so I'm really happy on that. But we also announced the British Tech Tree, the British tanks that will come later this year. And I can tell you that the British fans are so happy. And we made the announcement for the Jubilee of the Queen, which was perfect.
Nicely timed, I have to say. Yeah, there must be that sort of feedback from fans, a very patriotic sort of style, always asking for more within their respective countries. How do you guys go about researching and developing specific planes, specific tanks for those countries?
Well, on World of Warplanes, for example, we just launched a closed beta. So that means that we will gather as many feedback of the community on what is the reaction of the plane, what plane we should put into the development. For example, we have only into bracket 59 planes for the beta, but we have in mind to launch more than 100 planes when the game will come later, and maybe much more. We will really hear what they have to say and see what kind of new planes we have to implement. And we keep in mind also the historical aspect. I mean, each of the planes, we still have the historical features that when they were produced during the mid-20th century.
It must be that hard thing, getting the balance right between being historically accurate, but at the same time allowing players a level of enjoyment that they can really get into the game.
Yeah, it's true. It's a bit of difficulty. I mean, we have to keep in mind to be historically accurate, but at the same time there is a game where you have several planes that need to battle. So, of course, not everything is exactly accurate, just to make the balance perfect between the players and the planes.
Well, I'm seeing, I mean, down the corridor here, a lot of stuff on display. What are you guys actually showing on the show floor here for E3?
So we are showing World of Tanks, we are showing World of Battleships, the teaser trailer, because it is a game that will come after World of Warplanes that is being showed also here on E3.
With the World of Battleships trailer, you've covered the air, you've covered the land, just a logical step to cover the sea?
The 3 games, in fact, cover each one a different aspect of the strategy. World of Battleships will be the most quiet and strategy pace of the three games. World of Warplanes will be the more nervous of the three games, and World of Tanks is the most balanced in terms of strategy and nervous gameplay. This to answer all the players' needs.
And how are you guys continuing to support players through World of Tanks and going on through World of Planes? What's the setup here? Is there a continual feedback between yourselves and the player base?
Yes, as I've told you before, the feedback of the consumer and the players is really important to us. And we plan to have updates regularly on all our titles. And for World of Tanks, we plan to have updates every 4 or 6 weeks on the game, major updates. To bring new content, sorry.
Do you guys ever get a break, ever?
No, because we love our players and we love to play tanks, planes and battleships.
All right, well, sir, figure us out, what's the next stage for World of Warplanes? When can people get hands-on with it and see a bit more of it? And same with World of Battleships, when will that be making an appearance?
Well, I cannot commit exactly on the date because we prefer to release a game when it's ready, when it's perfect and perfectly balanced. But we have a target end of the year for World of Warplanes, later for World of Battleships.
Okay, well, you've got battleships, you've got tanks, you've got airplanes. Will we ever see a point in the future where they're all merged into one cohesive world?
Ah, that's a question. I mean, there will be first a unified account. Then we plan to have something where the tanks will be assist to the warplanes that will be assisting the battleships.
Something in there then, something in the future.
More details soon.